Hey guys, so welcome to this new tutorial on building a Desktop Buddy block. So this is just going to be a simple cobblestone block as you see here, and let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is cut everything out, and I suggest cutting a lot of these it doesn't matter if they have anything on them. You just want these because, as we see here, when you print out the block, you're going to get pieces like these, and then you're going to get pieces like these. So two of these together are going to be a full block, and I believe it's actually like this. So this is going to be a full block, and because you're just going to tape it, this is going to be floppy, so you want a piece like this that you're just going to tape in the back there, so then it will be a lot sturdier. And as you see here, I'm also using cardstock. I suggest using cardstock because if you use paper, it's just going to be too thin, and that is a text message. Okay, so after you cut everything out and your extra pieces, I suggest you cut out like about 6 extra pieces because there's going to be 6 faces. We get everything organized and we start out with our first block. Now since this is cobblestone, it's going to be relatively easy because they're all the same. It gets trickier when you get into 3D blocks or even just designs with a different top or multiple faces. So we got one, and now we got our piece here. And I'm just trying to find the front. I believe this is correct. Doesn't really matter because you're not going to look up close and make sure it's perfect. Okay. So now what I do is I actually fully tape this just to make sure everything is together. So you just have to line up one of the edges and then make sure you just tape it up correctly. Make sure that's nice and flat and it's not going to be slanted or anything. And this. So now, see here, and depending on your cutting, So I like to tape it like this, and try tape most of it just so it's not flappy. Like when you put the box together, you don't want this kind of doing one of these. So just tape here, here, and like here and here, so it just stays in place. And there we go. And that turns out relatively well. Hopefully you guys can see it like that, and that is our first piece. And then we just continue on with the next piece, and I'll get back to you guys when I finish, because there's nothing different in the process. Now that we have our pieces done, we could finally get started on the build. So, as we see here, here's how we have it taped in the back, so I know that this is going to be the bottom. That's usually how they work out. So just keep that as a reference set. See this piece, the bottom piece, that's how you know how it's the bottom. So now we just grab 2 pieces, and once again, it really doesn't matter because this is just all 6 faces are pretty much the same, and even if they were a little different. Okay, so now that we have all the pieces taped, we are now going to start the construction. This can get a little bit of a hassle, depending on the way you tape it. So first, I'm probably going to start, where should I start? Sometimes if you fold the pieces up, it's easier to figure out what you're going to do. So we're going to start at the bottom right here. So we're going to tape this to this. So first we go to the bottom at the intersection of where the pieces meet. Oh boy. So if we tape this, or not tape this, fold this backwards, it's easier to hold it. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking the tape and, oops, holding it backwards. It's kind of hard to see from there. But now I'm going to line these up as best and as straight as possible. And then, see, once that looks good, you let the tape go and then go behind there with your finger and then just kind of push it together, so then it looks really nice, relatively nice. So you just don't have all the tape on the outside. You can't do this for all the sides, but you can do it for most of them. And you just do it the same way up until you get to the top. Alright guys, here is our cobblestone block. I hope this helped if you're following along or just watching to watch. And it is looking very nice. It's nice and sturdy if you use cardstock. And it is matched up with our grass block right here. If we take a look at it, it looks nice and it blends into your Minecraft world. So if you guys thought this was helpful in any way, please give me suggestions if you see me on Pixel Papercraft or here in the comments. Because this was actually suggested by one of you guys at Pixel Papercraft, and this was great, and I love doing this, so I'll be sure to make more tutorials in the future, and I'll see all of you in the next video. See you guys.